don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm...
It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super WildCard Weekend. It's the...
the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4 quarterback. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here's Davis. And right away, he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable. And sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
2nd and 6. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes, because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
They'll roll him out right. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out, because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They go play action here on 1st down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. He'll drop to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Returnable here for Davis. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one. They'll
go option on 2nd down, right side. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. He'll look to throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. They'll set up a throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hawkinson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Another shot now for this Lions offense. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right? Where these teams are locked in and going at it. No points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So a great throw right there. And what a regular season this rookie had, piloting this offense, guiding them to a division title, and they get the home date here in round 1 of the playoffs. But, Charles, how do you think they'll play it here? Will they run the same kind of wide-open offense they've run all season, or do you think that they'll try and take some pressure off of the young fella?
Oh, I think they're going high, wide, and handsome in this one. I think it's all out, just as they've been doing all year long, because I think if you try and pull it back now a little bit, you're telling that young man you don't have quite as much confidence in it as you've professed. So go ahead, continue to run your offense. Do the things that got you here. As so many defensive coaches have told you and me, all gas, no. Rip.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we come a look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. And now, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the 3rd. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 75 yards rushing for him now to this point. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And tough sledding. They'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They make their 2nd half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On play action, they'll throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be brought down at the 27. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Here they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. On third down, they're going to run for it here. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 98 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take.
Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football. They also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. And here's a handoff out of the gun. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
They're bringing us about right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll set up to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back, and he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw here. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Boy, how good has this defense been, seemingly all game long.
I
really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wound up losing yardage.
Looking to throw. He finds Corey Davis. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Completes it to Davis.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
This is caught inside the 15. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Gabriel Davis from 3 yards out. And the Vikings are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
Now here's the option play going left. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Lions on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 3. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And out now come the Vikings.
If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and 2. And he's got this to Jefferson. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Again, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And some room to run now. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Here they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Rolling to his right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He's at the 30, 10. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. McManus's point after is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. 25 seconds to go. A must recover if they're going to have any chance. And this will be covered up by the Lions, and that might just about seal the deal. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
2nd and 6. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
The Lions stay alive as we say thanks for watching and...
Yeah. Sound like some superheroes. Some black superheroes. Every block, every hood, every